Well, good afternoon. Mark Milam here, your mortgage professional, coming to you on May 15th. We're halfway through May. Let's talk about this week's interest rate summary and market update. And if you've watched this before, in the past 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks, the interest rate summary is more of the same. Really great territory for conforming conventional loans, government loans, jumbo rates starting to come back a little bit. We're starting to see some activity in the construction area, but anything more exotic like a bank statement loan, anything more that's a non-qualified mortgage, really not a lot of activity or liquidity in that space. We'll continue to monitor that as we go. Now, many areas of the country are starting to reopen. We know that here in Georgia. That happened a couple of weeks ago. Happened in Texas as well. Maryland set to reopen today as well, as we move out of everyone being sheltered in place. Now, quite a different story between what's happening in Texas and what's happening in Georgia. Texas seen a record number of COVID infections over the past 2 weeks, certainly a second wave underway there. Georgia, not so much. Georgia has not seen that spike or that second wave, which is welcome news for all of us, as we want home buyers to feel comfortable getting out of their houses, going and looking at properties, and feel comfortable putting in that contract on a new home or a move-up home. That's certainly welcome news. Something we'll keep monitoring as we progress through the second half of May and on into June. More market data. The Mortgage Bankers Association now reporting that new purchase applications declined 25% in April. That's to be expected, but that's a 25% decline from March of 2020. Year over year, from April of 19 to April of 2020, we really only saw a 12% decline, and I actually take that as good news. A 12% decline in the face of unemployment rates at around 15 to 20%. Boy, it's hard to argue. I would have thought it would have been far, far worse. In fact, if you take a look at the data here from the second half of April, you can start to see a partial recovery in mortgage purchase applications. We actually see it turn around. Here's coming through the end of, or coming through March into the beginning of April, and then we see this this reversal and now a recovery in mortgage applications. That's fantastic news. Matter of fact, the MBA reporting that there's evidence now that unrealized pent-up demand is being released as states start to reopen, and quote, they expect that heading into the summer, more prospective home buyers will gradually return to the market. Boy, that is music to all of our ears. That's music to our ears in the lending industry, of course, in the real estate industry, and in the construction industry. So we're really encouraged by that data at the very end of April. Black Knight now reporting, let's take a look at some of the forbearances, because this is a key thing to watch. Black Knight now reporting that forbearance plans have slowed, a net increase of about 26,000 plans per day, which is an 85% reduction in forbearance plans. That's really welcome news. You can see now 7% of Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac loans are now in forbearance, 12.4% of FHA, VA loans are now in forbearance, and then 9.2% in the other category, which could be jumbo lending or non-QM lending. Okay, so that's something that we'll continue to watch, but this was such a key indicator. We talked about the flattening of the curve in terms of coronavirus infections and how important that was for everyone's health. Well, the flattening of the curve in the forbearance applications is super important for the return of the mortgage market in full, meaning jumbo lending coming back into the picture, non-QM lending coming back into the picture, second mortgages, things like that. So this flattening of the forbearance curve is the first important step. We need folks to stop putting their loans into forbearance and to feel confident about their job security moving forward. So this is something we'll continue to monitor as we move into the second half of May, but very encouraging signs as we do that and start off summertime. So if I can be of any assistance to you, please don't hesitate to reach out. Mark.Milam at northpoint.com, 404-395-1102. Thanks.